Hey everyone, this is Russell Brunson and welcome to Instant Survey Generator. I'm so excited to have you guys here, and I'm gonna actually just build a survey with you guys so you can see how powerful, how simple it is, and also so you can understand the whole strategy behind how to use this tool inside of your business. Now, before I click on this big Add New Survey button and start creating my survey, I want to talk to you about the strategy behind it. And when you understand the strategy, this tool becomes such a powerful tool inside your arsenal. So I'm going to come over here and whiteboard out the overall strategy about how to use a survey funnel. Now, in my business, there's a lot of different people that'll buy my products, right? And if I try to jam the same sales message down everybody's throat, it's hard to make money, right? So this is what most people do, right? You've got a landing page like this, and you drive traffic into this landing page from a whole bunch of different sources, right? People come here, and sometimes we call these things squeeze pages or landing pages. We basically ask somebody for their email. They post their email in here, and then they're taken over here now to a sales page. On the sales page, you ask them for some money, right? And that's how a typical internet marketing sales funnel works. The problem is that you're driving traffic from a whole bunch of different traffic sources, a whole bunch of different people, a whole bunch of demographics, and because you don't know who these people are, you're basically jamming the same sales message down everybody's throat, hoping to sell as many people as possible. Okay, and that's kind of how internet marketing's been done up to this point. We're trying to make this process easier and better, and make it so that you can convert more people from every single person you send your website, because we know you're spending good hard money. You're over here on Facebook spending money. You're over here on Google. You're over here on a whole bunch of places driving ads in here. So we want to make sure we convert as many people as possible. Okay, and so because of that, that's why we've changed how most of our sales funnels work. And I want to help you guys explain that, because we understand that, then it'll make it really easy for you to start using Instant Survey Generator. Okay. Now, in my business, we kind of identified we've got 4 core types of people who purchase our software. Okay, so for example, one type of person is someone that I like to call an author. Okay, they may be authors, they might be speakers, consultants, but I'm just gonna call authors for right now, right? And so I like to set up a separate squeeze page for authors. They opt in, and then I have a sales page down here that is structured to sell specifically to authors, because I know the authors, there's probably different reasons why they buy versus anybody else off of the street, right? So I have a sales video or sales message focusing on authors, all right? Now, the same thing happens when I come over here and I look at my second demographic, okay? We sell a lot of people who have offline businesses. So let's say I have an offline business right here, and they give me their email address, and then guess what I do? You're right, I take them to a sales page that speaks their language, that talks about what they care about, and I sell them in their own way, right? I do the exact same thing with service-based businesses, and the exact same thing with network marketers. Now, we've got more more target markets than we target, but just for this example, I'm going to break it down into 4. Okay, so I have service-based businesses right here, so financial services, things like that. And then I'm going to have network marketing. I'll just put MLM for short. They opt in here, and like I said, we've got a different sales message to sell each people the way that they need to be sold. Because the person who's coming to buy my product for a network marketing program is way different than an author. And so the way I sell them is different. Do you agree? So that's kind of how it works. Now, typically, I create a whole bunch of landing pages and funnels, and I'm driving traffic to this one and this one. I still don't really know if the traffic I'm driving, if it's the right people, if it's converting, and a whole bunch of things I just don't know. And so that's why we started creating these really cool survey funnels. And this is what a survey funnel is. It's a step between the pages down here and your traffic. So it's a little page like this. On this page, what we do is we give away quick 30-second quizzes. So I'm going to say 30-second quiz or survey. And all right, now on the survey, I'm asking a bunch of different questions, and my goal from all these questions is to figure out from all of the different traffic sources that I'm driving into this funnel, I want to know who are my authors, who are my offline business owners, who are my service-based businesses, and who are my network marketers. Okay. Now, everything you see right here, typically we build all this inside of ClickFunnels. Okay, I'll build the landing page for my quiz. I build all these other little mini funnels for each the different businesses that we're targeting. But here in the middle, this is where Instant Survey Generator comes in. We plug in a little survey right here, And the goal of the survey is to identify which of these core markets these people are, and then it takes them to that spot. Then the person comes here, they put their email address in, and then we sell them based on who they are. Okay, we can also have a whole email marketing sequence in place that focuses back to that sales message, and it's just pretty powerful. Okay, so that's the goal of these survey funnels, as you can see. All right, now what I want to do is, before I jump and create this survey right here in the middle, I'm going to jump into ClickFunnels and kind of show you how I structure things on that side. Okay, so here inside ClickFunnels, you can see I set up 4 little mini funnels. One that's for all my authors, speakers, consultants, one that's for my network marketers, one's for my local offline businesses, and one's for my service-based businesses. Okay, I'm going to log in here to my author one so you can see what it looks like. It's very simple. It's basically a 2-page funnel. Step number 1 is saying it kind of identifies that they are an author, and it says last step, what email address should I send your results to? They put in their email address, and then the next page, I've got a video sales letter that's structured to sell authors. And so it's a very simple 2-step funnel, very similar to kind of how what I showed you back here on this step. Okay, and so I've created those for my 4 different market segments. Now, the last step here is I need one page where my quiz is going to go. So that's this page right here. So I created that page over here as well. I'll click on that so you can see it. You'll see it's just a very basic, very simple page. When I open it up, you'll see basically it just says a little information about the quiz, free 30-second quiz, your website losing money, and I have this little button here that says custom Java HTML. This is just one of the buttons here inside of the element picker. It says custom Java HTML. When I click on that, it's going to ask me to paste some code. I'm going to paste some code in here. Maybe you're saying, Russell, what code am I pasting? Well, it's the code from Instant Survey Generator. Okay, so now you understand kind of the overarching concept of how this, the strategy behind this process, how we get these pages inside of ClickFunnels, and the last thing I want to show you is how simple it is to actually build out the survey here inside of Instant Survey Generator. So I'm going to do first off, I'm going to click right here on the Add New Survey button. I do that, and it's going to say, what is the name of your survey? So I'm going to call this one The Death of a Website. I can put a group tag here, so I'm just going to call this Demo, and then I click on Add Survey. Now, in 1 second, it creates a survey. It's very simple and very easy. Okay. Now, when you come over here on the side, you'll notice there's a survey name, there's my group tab, and here's the questions. I can choose how many questions I want to ask them. Now, if I want a really basic survey, like let's say I want to come here and they come to this page, and the only question to ask on the survey is, are you an author, are you an offline business owner, a service, or an MLM? I can do that. If you can do it that way, all you do is you make a 1-question quiz, and we call it the bucket question. Okay, the bucket question is basically asking which bucket does my traffic fall into. Okay, and so if you want just to be a one question survey, you do a bucket question, or you can make it more complex. You do 2 questions all the way up to 5. Now for this example, I'm going to do 3 questions just so you can kind of see what it looks like when I add a couple questions. So I have the 3 questions here. Now I'm going to click on question number 1. Now I can come here, I can start filling out the questions I want for this survey. Okay, so the first question I'm going to ask my people here is, do you currently have a website? Question mark. Okay, and you can put subheadline or text on here if you want. If you just click on it, it disappears though, and it doesn't show up. Now as I'm doing this, if I want to see like what's this look like, I can click on the preview button, and you'll see exactly what it looks like as I'm doing it. That way you have an idea of how it's all looking. Okay, so do you currently have a website? I'm gonna say answer number is yes. Answer number actually say yes, comma, and it's making me tons of money, yay. Or yes, but I don't think it works. And then down here I can say answer 3 is no, I don't have one. Maybe number 4 is I don't know. Some people just don't know, right? And so that's the basic, how simple it is to set up number 1 question. Now I can add images and things like that, but for this one I'm going to make it really simple, really easy. I'll click on the preview button, and you'll see, boom, there's what the survey starts looking like. Okay, now I'm going to come back here. I'm going to go to question number 2. Question number 2 is maybe let's say, let's see, how much did your website cost you? Question mark. Question number 1, $0 to 500. Answer number 2 is 500 to 1,000. Question number 3 maybe is 1,000 to 5,000. And answer 4 is 5,000 plus. Okay, so I just made some answers there. I click preview, I can check this whole thing out. I see question number 1, I click yes. Number 2, I got the second question, still it's looking pretty good, right? Now, one thing you'll notice is this first set of questions, they don't really matter too much. The reason why we do them is because it causes engagement. When people start taking surveys, they get engaged and they want to see the end result. And so the more you can get them clicking on buttons and doing basic things like this, the more likely they are to finish the quiz, the more likely they are to give you their email address, the more likely they are to opt in, to purchase your products, to attend your webinars. We've seen just by adding very basic pre-sale surveys in front of a webinar registration to get more than double as many people to actually show up and attend the webinar live. So there's a whole bunch of psychology behind this. Even though it doesn't really do much on the first couple questions, the last question is where things start happening. This is the bucket question. This is the question where I'm going to identify where am I going to be sending these people. Okay, this is the bucket. What bucket do they fall into? So for my bucket question, I'm going to come in here and my question is going to be, what type of business describes you best? Question mark. So number one, I'm going to say author. Let's see, author, speaker, consultant. And I'm going to upload image because I think that would be kind of fun. So I'm going to upload images. You can find all the images you've got. And I'm going to do, here's my author picture. So I'll upload my author picture. Number two, I'm going to say, this is my local business owner. I'll add an image here. And I'll throw in my local business there. And then number three, I'm going to put in network marketer. And I'll upload an image from network marketer. And I'll say, there's my network marketer. And then here's my service-based business. I can upload an image here as well, and I'll throw in that one. Now again, I can add subtext if I want. There's a lot of other things you can add, but it's not that necessary unless you want it. It's all more of a design thing. Again, if you want to see what the design looks like, click preview anytime, and say boom, boom, and there you go. You start seeing the options. Isn't that look cool right there? All right, now this is my bucket question. So when I click on that, it's going to throw them into a bucket. It's going to say, okay, this guy's an author, or he's a local business owner, or she does this, or she does this, right? So the last step then is you come down here and say, okay, if they chose this bucket, I can do a couple things. I can either connect them to another survey. So if you got a whole nother survey for authors, you can move them to another survey. That gives you the ability to make really complex surveys if you want. Or number two, set up a redirect URL. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come back here into ClickFunnels. I'm going to go to my author opt-in, and I'm going to make that the redirect URL. So I copy this right here. I come back here, I make that the redirect URL. So that way, if somebody picks author, they'll be taken to this squeeze page. They opt in, and now I have a whole email sequence focusing on authors. They then go to the video sales letter where I'm selling to authors, and now I know exactly who they are. Now I'll do the exact same thing, and I'm just going to copy the same one, but in theory what I would do is I would then get my squeeze page URL for my local business owners there. I would then get my squeeze page URL for my network marketers there. I would then get it for my small, my service-based businesses there. I put all those in there, and then I save it. And again, I can preview it if I want to go look what it looks like again. And if I want to change something, so say, oh, question number one, I want to come back in and, or go say question number two, I want to add some subtext. So I went the cheap route. Haha. One of my friends built it. Hired a company. Hired a big staff. All right. So now when I preview, you can see, you know, just it adds some of, it makes it look a little better. Now you get some of the subtext there. Oops, I forgot to answer it. So I got to answer one. I got the last thing. If I choose author, speaker, consultant, I click next. Guess what's going to do? It's going to redirect me, generate the report, and there you go. It landed on the author opt-in page. They opt in. They start getting emails for the author opt-in page. I'll put in my old email addresses here, which I no longer check. Click send results, submits it, and then boom, takes me now to the video sales letter to sell the authors. And that, you guys, is how simple and how easy it is to use the survey funnel software. Now, one last thing I want to do is after I save it, I'm going to publish it. If I publish it, it clicks right here, and it gives me the embed code. So all I got to do is I got to copy this embed code. I copy it. Now I come back here to my ClickFunnels page where I have my actual quiz page. I click on Custom Java HTML. I then paste that code right here. I save it. And then as I preview this page, guess what you're going to see? Boom, there it is. The quiz software right there inside your ClickFunnels page. Do you currently have a website? Yes, and it's making me a ton of money. How much your website costs? $5,000, and I had to hire a big staff. And I'm a local speaker consultant. Click on that, generates report, and boom, it opts them in. And that, you guys, is how simple it is to create a survey inside an instant survey generator.